What's going on, everyone? Jimmy Likes Metroid here, and today we are talking about the Port v Port for Super Mario Sunshine. This is the GameCube original, and then we got the 3D All-Stars version, and then we have the newly released, like last week, GameCube NSO version. So we're going to be going over some differences here. This is the last Port v Port involving 3D All-Stars, I assure you, because this is the last of the three that's been re-released in some way or another. So just like the last ones, I compared like Mario 64 between this version and NSO, which are the same basically, well, visually wise, and then Galaxy, which is a bigger difference. We're going to be doing a similar thing with this one that we did with 64, so here we go. First of all, I'm going to start off with the Switch and how 3D All-Stars is on there, and then directly compare it to the NSO version on Switch 2. So both of them actually load very fast, which is always nice. Loading times on some older games used to take forever, but not here. Turn that on brightness. So with 3D All-Stars, you got your main menu. That's pretty cool how it can have music on there. It is a little weird and disorganized, but at least it looks pretty cool. So on the Switch, 3D All-Stars is going to be 720p, but despite that, you can see immediately the difference as soon as I get into here, that even though this is 720p, it's actually taking up the full screen because it's widescreen, 16:9. As you can see here on the Switch 2, even though this is 900p, it's 4:3. It's not widescreen, which is kind of not fun. Another thing you notice is this game is actually dimmer. This isn't a brightness thing. The 3D All-Stars version of Mario Sunshine is just a lot like duller colored for some reason. And the NSO version is far more brighter, like the original GameCube version. It, like, if you just see it by itself, it looks totally fine. But if you're looking at them side by side, it's going to be hard to tell on video. But yeah, like, even though the screen on the Switch 2 is brighter, the color is a lot less dull. The UI looks a lot cleaner on the Switch 1, because I think they also actually upped the resolution on the HUD. I don't think they did that on the GameCube. It's just upscaling the 900p. That might be why it looks a little different. The texture work, I think, is the same. I don't think they changed that. But yeah, it's mainly the widescreen thing and that resolution. So if we take this 3D All-Stars version and put it on the Switch 2, we'll start to see some differences here. So on 3D All-Stars on the Switch 2, since this game is in handheld mode right now, and even if you go in the Switch 2 settings and you set handheld mode to set the resolution as if it were docked, or act as if it was in dock mode, this is actually going to be 1080p in handheld mode. So you get 1080p widescreen in handheld mode with the bigger screen. The only difference here is it's that duller color thing. But like I said, if you're just playing this version by itself, you're not really going to notice that. But if you're looking at side by side like we were just doing, you're definitely going to notice something like that. Both of them have native GameCube controller support, which is really, really cool. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And it was actually a later update that they added to Mario Sunshine in the 3D All-Stars collection. But another thing is the GameCube NSO version, B is not jump, B is dive, and they're both jump, B and A, on the Switch 2 3D All-Stars, and Y is dive. So when I was playing on the NSO version, I was like, why is this so weird? Because I was used to Mario Odyssey controls that they kind of do with the 3D All-Stars by changing it, and you can remap them differently in the Switch menu, but yeah, it's very strange. But if you use the GameCube controller, then B and A are still going to be B and A anyway, so only really matters if you're using a different controller, Joy-Cons or Pro Controller. But yeah, overall, I mean, I don't think either way is a bad way of playing the game. But it really is nice to have a widescreen on Mario Sunshine. It looks far, far better this way. And, it's higher resolution 1080p. The color thing is a little noticeable, but it's not a big deal. It's still a bright and colorful game at the end of the day. And the NSO version is just a little closer to the original look of the game, and it's 4:3. But yeah, 4:3 in handheld mode is a little more rough. It looks a lot better with the full screen being utilized in widescreen. But yeah, that's basically the main differences, just resolution, formatting of the screen, and what it's on. Unfortunately, you can't just choose to play this if you don't have it, because it was a limited time release. Once again, stupid. If this was a full-on thing, they probably wouldn't even re-release Mario Galaxy, but here we are. So if you have access to the NSO version, it's not a bad way to play the game at all. It's basically just the original GameCube game, but in 900p. And if you like Mario Sunshine like I do, you will have a good time, because upon replaying it again on that version, NSO version, still a great game. Anyway, if you have any comments to leave on this video, feel free to do so. Which version you prefer, OG, NSO, 3D All-Stars, whatever. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will catch you in the next one.